All right. So now let's quickly go through chemistry. You see, this chemistry topic is dangerous. A lot of the times when people do it at school, you focus on um what is in the real clean air. When you're doing air, this chapter 10, you focus on what is in clean dry air. And people will tell you, 79% nitrogen, 21% or 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, then 1% is carbon dioxide and all the noble gases. And we say, well done. Hmm? Well done. But then you have to tell us the pollutants and what is the danger of each pollutant. That's important. Very, very important. Okay? Don't ever, ever, ever forget. And I always, these last few days, last lesson, I was hammering that into you. And let's just do it and make sure everybody's good and we finish. Okay? It's not hard. You should know 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen. These are main. Then the rest we have is carbon dioxide and noble gases. This is what clean, dry air has. This is the good state, if I can say that. Now, if this starts to change, then we have pollution. Yes, Moluki, I see your hand is up. Yes, Moluki, you can ask me the question. Oh, go back where I was. Right. If we have anything change, then we say, this is pollution now. Anytime we have another gas, we have pollution. Pollution is not only when you have another gas, it is also when it's okay. Number one, it is when you add harmful gases, but also it is when you change the composition in any way. You increase the amount of carbon dioxide or anything like that, then that's pollution. And most of it comes from cars. I gave you the list. Burning fuels. Here. Factories. Power stations. This is where we have a lot of pollution. This is where we have a lot of air pollution. When harmful gases are added. Whether you are adding a gas which is already there or a gas which wasn't there, the moment you are adding more of carbon dioxide, you are doing pollution. It's a harmful gas. It's a greenhouse. The harm of each of these gases, the pollutants that you must know, the bad gases. You must know the bad gases. It's so important because we can't just be saying, don't do air pollution. Don't do air pollution. Then people say, how? How do I do air pollution? What gases are you referring to? And where do they come from? What is the source so we can stop it? You have to tell them. Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, methane, nitrogen oxide, not nitrogen oxide, nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, and also what we call particulates. It should be on the list here. Here it is. Particulate. This is the nitrogen oxides. These are bad. Sulfur dioxide is bad. It causes acid rain. Nitrogen oxides are bad. They cause acid rain. Carbon monoxide is poisonous. I told you about that gas leak story. Within 40 minutes, people can go. It's very poisonous. It can kill. We don't want it in the atmosphere. Not at all. Incomplete combustion, which means you are burning something. Combustion is burning. So when you burn something, That is called combustion. Remember, I said do not be boring. If I tell you combustion is burning, why would you forget? You should remember it forever. To say when you see people lighting a fire and they're enjoying, it's winter time, they're by the fireplace, they're enjoying a fire. You say, this what is happening with the firewood there is combustion. They say, are you mad? You say, no, I'm not mad. You are burning the firewood. That's combustion. If you want, if I close that fire with a blanket, it will switch off. If with a wet blanket, because there will be no longer oxygen. So for this fire of yours to keep burning, my friend, you are taking oxygen here. This is combustion. Now, if you burn something in a region where there is not enough oxygen, it will be called incomplete combustion. Incomplete combustion can release particulates and carbon monoxide, things which can cause lung disease or things that are even poisonous and can kill. So, okay, are we together? These are pollutants. Methane is a pollutant. Methane is a gas which we use for cooking, but we don't want to breathe it. Yes, we want to burn it, of course, and cook and eat, yes, but we don't want to breathe it. So when you're having these animal waste and you are storing it in silos or whatever to produce natural gas, make sure that it doesn't go into the atmosphere. Then we have carbon dioxide, we have all these things. So these are pollutants. Some of them are bad because they are what we call greenhouse gases. And I said I'm going to give you the greenhouse effect. Right now we should write about it. The greenhouse effect, because I kind of explained to you to say it's things that trap heat on the earth. They allow heat to come down, but they don't allow heat to go back up. In reality, heat should come down, hit onto the ground, and go back up where it came from. Now, if you have a greenhouse, it will allow heat to get in, but it will trap it inside and say you're not going anywhere. That's a greenhouse gas. That's not a good situation, because let's say today our temperatures were 27 degrees or whatever temperature it was. Let's say after 20 years you come on planet Earth on 18 June and you start finding 40 degrees. That's what we call global warming. The temperature of the earth would have increased. Now you start to have rising sea levels, cyclones, natural disasters. People are dying everywhere because some people don't stay where we are staying in landlocked countries. You know, cyclones can even come in a landlocked country. You have so much rain, you can't go out. It floods your houses. It washes away your houses. People die. No one wants that situation. So we don't want global warming. So please, my superstar students, don't let anyone take this away from you. The 6 pollutants. You tell us, yes, Mr. Clarify, we studied clean, dry air, but we don't end there. We don't just want to know the good composition. We should know the pollutants. Things that can then pollute the atmosphere. Things that were not supposed to be in there, but now are going in. And we should know where they come from, and we should know why they are bad. Nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, they cause acid rain. These are very popular. A lot of people talk about them in the schools. Don't ignore others. Don't ignore methane. It causes global warming, which can affect, you start to have the disasters. There are more big disasters happening because of climate change. This is a topic which Form 2s really study. Then there's global warming. This is another one, carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide and methane. And then we have these ones for incomplete combustion, which is carbon monoxide and particulates, which cause different things. Anyway, thank you for your attention to this matter. We move on. Acid rain, we kind of talked about it, and we did not finish. Can you all see the screen? Now we are moving. I've given you a quick background. Now I want to be moving with you very fast. Students? acid rain. We said here, acid rain is bad because it damages things. Buildings, so you should know. Acid rain is rain that has things dissolved in it. These two gases here, sulfur dioxide, it's three gases, the two nitrogen oxides and sulfur dioxide. If they are dissolved in rainwater, that rain is called acid rain. And that rain will destroy rivers and lakes. That's bad rain. So you'll be celebrating, yeah, rain, but that rain of yours is contaminated. It's bad. It's acid rain. It will damage the buildings, the nice building. It will damage the statues. It will damage the forests. It will damage any piece of metal, cause corrosion. It is very bad. Crop damage, many other things. Are we together? Huh? Are we together, students? Rain which has sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxide is not good. It's called acid rain. Okay? Now let me just write some statements. I'm now moving. Let's go. Let's write. Today is 18 June 2026. We are moving on. Incomplete combustion. I've said it already, but I'm just writing so that when you want to check later on, is combustion that occurs. Combustion is burning, which means reacting with oxygen. Is combustion that occurs in limited oxygen. It produces carbon. So this is the key word, limited oxygen. That's the key thing, okay? To tell anybody who doesn't know what is. It produces carbon monoxide. And sometimes carbon, which is soot. Complete. I want to if an incomplete combustion, we say it has a dirtier flame. It's not as strong. It will, when you are looking at it, it will be having what we call a dirtier flame. It's not a nice fire. It doesn't look like a nice fire. You have a bad fire, small one, which is struggling. There's incomplete combustion going on there. Complete combustion. Complete combustion is combustion that occurs in excess oxygen. There will be a lot of oxygen. Then we will say this is complete combustion. Okay? It produces the obvious carbon dioxide and water. Some of you have seen that when you look at an exhaust pipe, water will be dripping from the back. Yes, it's because combustion produces water. What happened there? Now, let's talk about the greenhouse effect. Okay? I know I'm late. Just want to talk about this. I've talked about it. It's when heat is allowed, the radiation from the sun, it gets onto the earth. The earth absorbs it, But when the earth is trying to resend it back, to re-emit it, it is going to be blocked. And that will be the greenhouse effect. The heat is trapped. Okay. Let's go. Do you know why that heat is trapped? It's the type of radiation. Greenhouse gases will be able to stop the radiation from Earth, but the one from the sun, it is able to pass through them. So let's happen. Let me say the steps. 1. Sun sends radiation to Earth. Okay? Every day. Number 2, the Earth absorbs energy. Then number 3, the Earth re-emits. Okay, of course the Earth is going to absorb the energy at first. Then the Earth will re-emit this energy. Now as infrared, students, as infrared radiation. Then what do you know? The gases, these greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, they allowed radiation to come from the sun. But now they will stop it from growing back. So you should say, greenhouse gases, the earth will re-emit it back, but the greenhouse gases will stop it. They absorb it. So say greenhouse gases absorb infrared radiation. And do what? And send it all around the earth. Ish, these things are a problem. Okay. So they re-radiate heat in all directions. They re-radiate the heat in all directions. Okay. This heat becomes trapped. It can't go away because it's being absorbed and sent back to earth. It's not being able to go away. It's not able to go away. So you can now say the earth stays warm. This is greenhouse effect. So when we are now writing it as a definition, I want you to say the greenhouse, I hope you are writing fast with me, effect is the trapping. Don't change it to something else we did. The greenhouse effect is the trapping of thermal energy, which means heat, by greenhouse gases. They trap it. In the atmosphere. Are we together? Hello? Yes. This is what we call the greenhouse effect. And you can just know the main greenhouse gases. Main greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide and methane. These are the main greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, methane. These are the main greenhouse gases. Don't forget them. Okay? This will be the greenhouse effect. Now, what we need to talk about is the enhanced greenhouse effect, global warming. We need to talk about it, and um, and solutions. Because here we've talked about the problem, the pollutants. Now we're going to see what are the solutions that you can do to reduce sulfur dioxide. I'll teach you something, okay? Something which is very, very important, which works when you're dealing with sulfur and nitrogen oxides as well, and you'll be done. If you can do those things, basically you're done, and you're done with this chapter. Now the next thing will be just to look at fertilizers, one or two things. So next lesson is on solutions to these problems. We've seen the pollutants, you must know them, and what damage they do. Then now you should know the problem, the solutions to these, and once you know the solutions to this, you're done. All you have to know is about fertilizers, and you're done with the chapter. Any questions? Remember that it's 12 chapters that need to be done on each for chemistry, okay, and 21 for bio, and you're done with the whole thing. So if you stay logged in, you can finish in no time. Hi, Ayanda. I see your hand is up. How are you? You can ask the question. Come again, Ayanda. You're asking about the pollutants to say what are particulates really? Like, are they gases or what are they? Is that your question? Okay. All right. So where can I go and write? When we say particulates, it's particles. Okay. Particulates is like, let's say we say arterioles. You know that it's the same things but smaller versions of things. So instead of saying arteries, we'll say smaller ones. So particulates would be tiny particles. These are like, you have a little bit of uh, droplets, some liquids that are in the atmosphere, that are in the air, that come from incomplete combustion, okay? Or you can have some, let's just say you have some black small things that are in your smoke. That is called soot or dust or whatever, or ash. These things are called particulates. These are small solids, tiny ones that should not go anywhere close to your lungs, because your lungs only want gases. Now, particulates, let me go to the pollutants. Let me write it. Okay, good. Well done. You asked me that. Particulates, can you write me to say tiny bits of matter? Okay, put in brackets to say not gases. They are not gases. Okay, so tiny bits of matter. Say solid or liquid. They should go nowhere near your lungs. If they go anywhere near your lungs, then you are about to have a problem, my friend. Okay? They are very, very small. So put a keyword here on tiny. Do you understand? Okay, good. You see, some people who, let's say, people who are struggling with asthma. Do you know asthma? Some people who have asthma got it from these particulates, the incomplete combustion guys. They are small, so they can go all the way to the lungs, and they can have asthma. Even that's why people who smoke can have problems as well, because it can, the lung cancer could be coming from particulates, whatever, from the smoke they are breathing, they are smoking. So that smoke they're smoking can get these. Don't ever let this happen. These tiny, tiny things. So don't just go into smoke or into places where there is incomplete combustion and just be fine with it. A small problem can lead to a big one. Trust me, guys. So particulates are liquid, solid, whatever. So anyway, solutions in the next lesson, and hopefully, um, I think it's 100% sure, almost 100% sure, that I'll be having slides. If I decide not to, it's because maybe I want to motivate students to write, because I want people to write. When I'm not writing, then maybe they will not write, you guys will not write, and then we have a problem. Because the moment I have spectators